I didn't hear you. What happened?
Pioneers.
It is what it is.
Get up. And welcome to Mainland's Coaches versus Cancer Classic on BFA Sports. And for the crew, Doug Stassi joined alongside my brother from another, Al Fisher, and our good buddy, Steve Westcott. Guys, it's another baseball game. Imagine that.
Game number 10 on the schedule, game number 8 in actuality. But got to hand it to the crew this morning at 6 a.m. this morning. It did not look like the field it does today.
No, it certainly did not. And probably have a quick video provided by our buddy Eddie Charlton, as you can see here in a second. This is what it looked like this morning. Wow. So 60 bags of Diamond Dry and field conditioner, and I got to say, you know, probably 25 different people who put this field back together. We were able to play not one but now a second baseball game today.
Yeah, excellent job by them just to get this in the playing condition that it's in, Stevie Westcott, and we're ready to play some baseball.
Unbelievable work. I'll tell you what, when we're on the hardwood where I usually am, we don't have to worry about those kind of things. But what a job they did here today, and St. Augustine and Gloucester Catholic before us, and here Clearview and Washington Township. We're looking forward to a good one here again.
All right, so we're ready to go. Stevie Westcott has the controls, and it is baseball time. It is the finale of the Coaches versus Cancer Classic. Got a quick graphic. If you can and are willing to contribute, you can do so by going on their Venmo account, and that is at Mainland Baseball-CVC.
Leading off for the Minutemen of Washington Township is right fielder number 9, Ricky Perez. First pitch to him is ball 1. Perez hits a foul ball to left field. Pitching for Clearview, Julian Costa. 1-1 count to Perez.
Costa is a big dude.
Ball outside. Count now on Perez is 2-1.
So first-year coach for Derek Reagan. He's all pumped up, and I like to say jacked up on Mountain Dew, and I don't know if it's just because the uniforms are green.
Ground ball hit the shortstop. Underneath the glove of the shortstop for Clearview, Cole Fowler.
That ball hit the seam right there. It actually just deadened. It just flattened right out. You were anticipating a hop, but it did not happen. So skirts under the glove for, I would say, it didn't get any glove there. Would you get an infield single?
I'm not sure I can do that there. I think
you got to touch it.
E6.
I got to touch it.
Yeah, but I think that's an E6. But either way, Perez is on first, bringing to the plate for Washington Township third baseman Chris Toff. Strike 1 to Toff.
And we're a little bit of a sprint to get on the controls there. We will show you the starting lineup for the Minutemen of Washington Township in just a second.
Costa now working from the stretch. Toff fouls one off down the first baseline. Counts now 0-2 to Toff.
As the sun has now decided to peek through this afternoon.
Oh, nice pitch.
Costa from the stretch paints the inside corner for out number 1.
Man, that was a filthy breaking ball.
Bringing to the plate center for Washington Township center fielder John Striano. Ball outside, 1-0.
And here is the little pause between batters. Show you the rest of the Washington Township lineup.
Levinson looks like he throws a heavy ball, Stevie.
Yeah, it does.
Oh.
Line drive to shortstop. Fowler makes that play. Throws the first, not in time. Can't double up the runner on first, Perez. 2 outs in the inning now for Washington Township, which will bring to the plate Tim Hallman. And we'll finish out the Washington Township lineup. After Tim Hallman will be catcher Mark Colligan. Then left batting 6th will be Dylan Sharkey, the left fielder. Batting 7th, Dan Ressel, the first baseman. Batting 8th is Matt Perez, shortstop. And batting 9th is Matt Corner playing second base. On the mound today will be Julio Falcone for Washington Township. I apologize. I believe I may have said Tim Holman. It is actually Jim Holman.
That's my fault, and my handwriting's bad.
It could be mine, too, because mine's not very good either. Either way.
Take him one for the team, Steve.
I got you, buddy. I appreciate that. It's a good job getting my back. Striano now with an 0-2 count. Costa again from the stretch.
It's a shot in the gap.
Shot in the gap. It's going to split the outfielder. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Perez is rounding third. He's coming home. He'll score. Striano on his way to third. The throw there. And he's safe. Safe at third. Striano splits the gap into right center field. Perez scores, and he's at third with 2 outs for the Minutemen.
Yeah, talk about a primetime clutch performance. Got a guy out there on base. You don't want to leave him stranded, and he certainly doesn't. So he cashed in that ticket for an early 1-0 Minuteman lead.
Okay, now bringing to the plate, Jim Holman.
Oh, no, 25, Mark Culligan.
I apologize.
That's
20. Again.
That's on me. I was pointing at Jim Holman.
I thought I had it right. I know
You had it right. Why were you looking at my paper then?
Catcher
You
Mark
didn't cheat
Culligan.
very well in school, did you?
No.
Don't look at my paper.
Okay.
I'm the one that got the Fs.
I was one of those guys that studied and still needed to cheat. The problem was I couldn't see the paper.
And then the guy you're cheating off is pointing at the wrong answer.
Culligan hits a shot down the right field line. That's fair. Another run will score for Washington Township, and that's a single for Culligan.
Oh, the good news is for the Washington Township fans, Hallman actually scored. So if you guys say his name yet again in the next 30 seconds, it'll be very hard to believe.
Nah, we're just going to go right to the number 6 hitter, the left fielder, Dylan Sharkey, who is up next for Washington Township.
And you can see the guys are pretty pumped up there in the Washington Township Minuteman dugout.
Meeting at the mound between Clearview catcher Adam McAvoy and Costa, with Culligan on first. And again, left fielder Dylan Sharkey at the plate. Throw over to first, not in time. Maybe just a little bit of a show-me move there rather than a...
And there's Hallman in the dugout.
There, I thought we weren't going to say his name, but now you did it. That's beauty. Pitch to Sharkey is swung and missed. Strike one.
Big cut by Sharkey.
Yeah, as you said, how that ball coming out of Costa's hands is a heavy type ball. He's left-handed. He has that frame on the mound.
Winds pick up here at Mainland.
Pitch to Sharkey, grounded back to Costa, picks it up clean, throws the first, and that will end the first. However, the Minutemen do get one on the board. And that ends our first inning, and Clearview will be coming to bat. Okay, welcome back. We're going to the bottom of the first and bringing up the Clearview Pioneers. Let's go over their starting lineup in batting order. Batting first will be center fielder Anthony Charles. Batting second will be catcher Adam McAvoy. Batting third will be shortstop Cole Fowler. Pitching, batting fourth is Julian Costa. Batting fifth is third baseman Jared McKinney. Batting sixth is first baseman Corey Lyle. Batting seventh is left fielder Michael Flax. Batting 8th, playing second base, Luca Marinucci. And batting 9th, playing right field, Joseph Levinson.
And a defensive lineup for the Minutemen. Michael Flax in left field, Anthony Charles in center, Joe Levinson in right, Jared McKinney at third, Cole Fowler at short, Luca Marinucci at second base, Corey Lyle at first, and Adam McAvoy behind the dish, and then Julian Costa on the mound.
Okay, going to the bottom of 1, Charles leading off for the Pioneers of Clearview. Minutemen able to get 2 in the top of the first. Clearview looking to answer back. Strike 1 on a foul tip, straight back by Charles.
Did you hear that thunder?
Nah, that was good.
You like that? There's a microphone on the fence. I like that for a little FX.
Love it.
Little
Love
FX.
it. Here at BFA, we have all the necessary equipment.
Bells and whistles, I would like to say.
Now a 1-1 count after a ball in the dirt.
Boisterous Clearview Pioneer dugout.
Julio Falcone. Pitch to the plate, ground ball to first, unassisted. That'll go down as 3 unassisted, and Charles grounds out to first. Dan Ressel making that play. Now bringing to the plate the 2-hitter for Clearview, catcher Adam McAvoy. Falcone. 1 down here, bottom of 1 from the windup. Foul ball, first base. I'm sorry, not a foul ball. Fly ball, first base. And again.
Reisel.
F3 right there, Reisel.
Unassisted, 2 outs. How often do you see that?
That's right. Again, the win here, playing tricks there. The ball started in foul territory, ended up all the way back in Russell's first base spot. Now 2 down, bringing to the plate for Clearview shortstop Cole Fowler.
So the concession stand is open. It's much better than the leftover dust I had from yesterday.
Yeah, I heard and saw actually a video of the dust picking up in here yesterday. That's ball 1 to Fowler, by the way, from Falcone.
Yeah, we looked like we were rolling around in there, and it was hilarious.
I always wanted to be in Star Wars. I felt like one of the sand Jawas yesterday.
Pitch to Fowler, fly ball. Center fielder calls everybody off and makes the play for the 3rd out of the inning, and that's John Striano making that play. We're going to go to the top of 2, and after 1, it's Washington Township 2, Clearview nothing.
Customers get the best possible deal, so I hired Sean Brady.
The MMA fighter?
That's the most I can give you for your trade. If I was crazy, I might give you more, of course.
New 2021 Select models with 0% financing for 63 months, and you get RK coverage. That's Ding Tire, Wheel, and Windshield Repair. No charge.
At RK,
The customer is always right.
RK Subaru of Mainland.
All right, we're back as we move to the top of the 2nd inning, correct, guys?
Correct.
All right, we're at the top of the 2nd inning with a defensive lineup for Clearview. Michael Flax in left field, Anthony Charles in center, Joe Levinson in right, Jared McKinney at third, Colt Fowler at short, Luca Marinucci at second, Corey Lyle at first, Julian Acosta on the mound, and Adam McAvoy behind the dish.
Leading off the bottom of the 2nd for Washington Township is first baseman Dan Ressel. Takes ball 1 from Costa.
Yeah, Reisel had 2 unassisted plays that last half inning. How often do you see that, Stevie?
Yep, it looks like he's going to pull this one foul.
Good.
Oh!
That ball must have blown back in because it looked like it was over the other side of the fence.
Right fielder for Clearview, Joseph Levinson, unable to come up with that fly ball, foul ball.
Well, he was way out of play. Look at the that
he went
area over there.
He went a long way for that one. That was for sure.
He was in the parking lot, I think, over there across the
Either
street.
that or the concession stand where they're taking Venmo. If you
They
guys
are
need some
taking
food.
Venmo. We've done it ourselves. The food is fantastic.
So Russell steps back into the box with a 1-1 count. Good curveball right there. Checking to see if he went. Third base umpire says no, so the count will now go to 2-1 on Russell.
Ooh. And how do you lay off that one?
That's a really good pitch right there. That's one that both players want. The pitcher wants it at the knees, and the hitter wants it to be a ball. 3-1 count right now to Russell. That pitch is called outside by home plate umpire, leading to the walk for Russell. And that will bring to the plate for Washington Township shortstop Matt Perez.
So Costa leads off this inning with a walk. He'll keep his eye on Reisel.
Costa now from the stretch. Comes home. Good bunt down the third baseline. Costa fields, throws, and is in time to get the out on Perez at first. However, the sacrifice bunt is good. Moving to second is Russell on the play, and he'll be there with one out here in the top of the second, bringing to the plate Matt Corner. Again from the stretch, Costa comes home. And look at that.
He tried to avoid the ball and puts it in play.
Costa makes a really good play, but if you guys saw what just took place, he squared the bunt. The pitch was so far inside it was going to hit him. He went to dodge the pitch and ended up getting a bat on it and completing the sacrifice bunt.
If that ball did not hit the bat, that would have hit him. And I would have seen, we didn't want to see that.
No, because it would have, I hate to say it, but it would have probably got him in the face. And how
about Township coming out 2 bunts in a row?
Hey, that's good quality baseball, right? Moving runners, looking to come up with a 2-out hit here. And person trying to get that 2-out hit is leadoff hitter, right fielder Ricky Perez. Reached first in the top of the first after an error by Clearview shortstop Fowler. 1-0 count right now to Ricky Perez. Ball outside, now 2-0.
Costa's got like to throw a lot of breaking balls, Stevie.
Yep. Left-hander with that breaking pitch, tough to hit. 1-1 count here to Ricky Perez. Fouled straight back. Count now goes to 1-2.
Yeah, the Minutemen don't want to leave that runner at third base after getting him on with no outs and dropping 2 bunts to try to move him over to third. It's an opportunity for Perez definitely to get that run across the board. Ooh,
another breaking pitch, curveball.
Heavy dose of breaking balls.
Yeah, throwing a lot of breaking stuff. Look, got that curve right there, unfortunately outside right for Costa right there, making the count 2-2 to Perez. Again, Russell on third for Washington Township.
Ooh. Man, that'll wake you up here on the bench.
And that's an example right there of what we were talking about with so many off-speed pitches and breaking ball. He decides to come with the heat one time, and look how far behind the hitter was.
Yeah. Scattered the Clearview bench.
So again, count 2-2 to Ricky Perez. Costa stretches and comes. Ball outside. Now 3-2. 2 outs here in top of the second. Washington Township looking to count Russell at third here if they can. Costa stretches, comes home, ball's outside. Ball 4. Ricky Perez will end up on first with a walk.
That pitch just missing the zone. And it did miss.
It did.
Good call by home plate umpire.
So Washington Township now has first and third with Russell on third, Ricky Perez on first, and third baseman Chris Toff at the plate for the Minutemen.
Toth struck out last time looking.
Costa in the stretch decides to throw to first. Runner dives for the Minutemen, dives back in time.
And so as this event, which has been phenomenal, is kind of in its waning hours, closing this one out, the Coaches versus Cancer Classic here at Mainland. Another big event is on tap for next week, and next weekend. It's going to be the Thank You Classic. So I see one of the Gloucester Catholic assistant coaches, Mr. Billy Gore, also with the South Jersey Baseball Coaches Association. He's here. And one of the teams that's actually going to be in that event is, in fact, the King's Christian School. So I want to give a shout-out to the McGill family who are watching from the confines of home. They're looking forward to playing in it, where King's Christian will be playing against Delsey. So shout-out to the McGill family. Thanks for watching. Carson off to a phenomenal start to this 2021 campaign. And Billy Gore will actually be joining us probably next inning. Catch up with him for an inning or so. Get caught up in some of the details on that awesome event that's on deck for next weekend.
Yeah, can't wait for that one next weekend. Toff certainly here, right here in the bottom of the second, getting his cuts in, that's for sure. 3 straight foul balls back into the pen. Ground ball to Costa at first. He throws the ground ball to Costa at the mound. He throws the first for the third out of the inning. That will end the top of the second for Washington Township. Our score, getting ready to go to the bottom of 2, is 2-0 Minutemen. Okay, welcome back here to Mainland Regional High School in the Coaches versus Cancer baseball tournament. We're here in the final game of what was a great weekend here at Mainland Regional.
Yep, 8 games played, but 10 on the schedule. Unfortunately, Mother Nature got in the way of things.
So defensively for the Minutemen, you have the outfield. Left to right field is Sharky, Striano, Perez. Infield, Toth at third, Perez at short. Corner, holding down second base with Reisel at first. Of course, Falcon is on the hill.
We should say that's the RK Chevrolet defensive lineup.
There it is. Julio Falcon.
They know how to take out dents.
Julio Falcon on the hill for the Minutemen. Leading off the bottom of the second for Clearview is Julian Costa, the pitcher. Sends a shot to center field, and he has himself a single.
He accosted that ball right there. He ripped that one.
It's a good way to lead off the bottom of the second here for the Clearview Pioneers, and that will bring to the plate third baseman Jared McKinney.
And first time through the lineup for Julio Falcon.
Costa doing a nice job, looking to find a fastball, did it, jumped on that first pitch fastball, hitting it right to the center field, and Falcone will now try to deal with McKinney.
Swing and a miss.
Comes home, big swing and a miss is right. High fastball, McKinney unable to catch up to it. Strike one to McKinney.
We mentioned the pinch runner that came in. I believe it's number 44. If I can find, I'll work on that. Stevie, you go ahead and do your thing, buddy.
0-1 count to McKinney. Falcone comes home, and McKinney fouls a ball back into the screen. 0-2 now to McKinney.
And we'll go to the BFA side-by-side runner cam here.
This is great camera work, great pictures here, isn't it?
Again, trying to always show the college coaches multiple angles at one time.
Falcone from the stretch decides to throw over to first. Oh, that was a close play there at first.
Yeah, Nicholas Mazzagotti running.
There you go.
Percossa, the outfielder, almost got picked.
He almost did, but it was a really good move right there by Falcone. Throw over again, not in time. Falcone goes over to first 2 times in a row there. Again, an 0-2 count here to McKinney. Falcone in the stretch. Comes home. Another foul ball by McKinney. Again, straight back into the backstop.
Shout out to our friends at the Prep Baseball Report, TJ Hunt, director of PBR New Jersey, for their sponsorship and support. Coaches vs. Cancer Classic, along with Myers Builders. 60 years and 2 generations in the construction business, also providing scaffolding for today's broadcast.
Oh,
Falcone comes home with an off-speed pitch. That pitch is low and outside. Ball 1 to McKinney. The count is now 1-2.
You know, with a pinch runner over at first base, you'd think maybe there was an opportunity for them to try to garner a steal and get a guy runner in scoring position, I should say. Oh, made the grab?
Yes,
right
sir.
to the fence.
That ball winded it back with the kite, just blew it right back in.
Yeah, it was foul ball. Looked like it was going out of play, but brought in by Dan Reisel again.
That's his
Another
third
unassisted play. We're only in the second, partner. First out of the inning for Clearview.
And there's been 2 1-3 plays for the Minutemen as well.
And now batting would be first baseman Corey Lyle, I believe, for the Clearview Pioneers. 1 out here in the bottom of the second, 2-0 Washington Township. Lyle at the plate, Falcone for Washington Township on the mound.
Lyle, an outfielder and a pitcher. Oh, go ahead, sorry.
Falcone comes home. Foul tipped by Lyle. Counts 0-1.
Lyle bats left and throws right. 5'11" for those Pioneers.
Falcone again working from the stretch. Comes home. Ball high and out. Counts now 1-1.
Mazzagotti takes his lead at first.
Falcone delivers home. Ball's high. Counts now 2-1. Again here with 1 out in the bottom of the second. Clearview with a runner on first.
Clearview obviously not in a hurry to score any runs because they haven't tried to push that runner over to first by stealing. But again, with 1 out, golden opportunity with a lefty maybe to try to squeeze something through the hole.
Yeah, Falcone comes home. Ball's high and outside. 3-1 count now to Lyle. Yeah, and whether you move them by bunting them or whether you move them by, putting on a play, maybe some kind of hit and run, I don't know, get your team energy up. 3-1's good count to play some hit and run. We'll see what they do.
Yeah, with a lefty, you want to try to pull that baseball to force that throw the opposite way, too.
Yeah, Falcone struggling to find the strike zone right now. He walks Lyle, and that will make first and second for Clearview.
So patient hitting moves the runner up to second base. We have runners at first and second with 1 out.
Coming to the plate for Clearview will be left fielder Michael Flax.
And this here is an outstanding story and what the Coaches vs. Cancer Classic is truly all about. Michael Flax, great story by Matt Costantino of AdvancedMediaNewJersey.com, told his tale. Battled cancer at the age of 8 years old, and at one point was given less than 25% chance to live.
Wow.
Unreal.
Feel-good story for Michael Flax.
Falcone's pitch home to Flax is high. It's ball 1. And I'll tell you what a great tradition they have here prior to each game is they have a honorary pitch, and it's in honor of someone that has hit home for each team. And it was awesome before this game where Michael Flax here threw to him the pitch to his father, Steve Flax.
Wow.
It was
touching moment.
Yep.
It really is, and this is why it's such a meaningful event. Clearview wanted to be a part of this event and rightfully so. I mean, what a better way to end it from a crescendo standpoint of seeing exactly what it's all about. So for those that have supported the event, found the kindness in their hearts to be able to contribute and give back, and either that's in time or money, that is fantastic. And even today, you can donate directly through Venmo. We'll throw it up on the screen here in a second. You can go right to @mainlandbaseball-CVC, and all proceeds will benefit the American Cancer Society. But this is absolutely outstanding to see Michael Flax here.
Falcone comes home. Flax fouls the ball straight back into the screen. Count is 1-2 with one out here to Flax. And even the people that volunteered their time this morning, as such as the workers who helped get this field in shape so that, the tournament could be played this afternoon, that moment could happen, and we get 2 quality baseball games in here this afternoon. I know they worked their tails off here this morning.
No doubt about it. We saw ourselves.
Yep. Falcone from the stretch comes home. Flax takes ball 2. Ball's in the dirt. Again, Clearview with runners on first and second. One out here in the bottom of the second. Counts now 2-2 to Flax.
Totally silly thought, but I was watching that foul ball go off the backstop here up top.
Mhm.
Umpire's not wearing a helmet or anything. That thing just missed coming and hitting me. I'm like, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm like, man, that ball would have come straight down to him.
Falcone hits the outside corner, paints the black, able to strike out Flax for out number 2. Bringing to the plate for Clearview, second baseman Luca Marinucci, here with 2 down in the bottom of the second. Painted the corner with that fastball. Strike 1 to Marinucci. Back to your point, Al. Yeah, you don't see too many umpires behind the plate with just frontal masks anymore. They have the whole helmet and the gear protects the head. Yeah. The umpire here tonight is just wearing just the frontal mask, and you're right. Falcone from the stretch, ground ball up the middle.
Oh, my.
Real good play.
Wow.
Man, oh, man.
Real good play by second baseman Matt Corner. However, unable to come up with an out, but he saved a run because he was able to keep the ground ball in the infield, saving a run.
The Flyers could use a goalie like that.
You're right.
Talk about stopping the puck.
laying out for that, man.
What
gorgeous
in the
play.
world?
So we have an infield hit for Marinucci.
Coach Bean checking in, part of the crew here. Coaches versus Cancer. What a phenomenal job you guys have done on the field, man. Very cool stuff.
Clearview's 9-hitter coming to the plate right now, right fielder Joseph Levinson with the bases loaded.
Yeah, Steve, right before that infield single, I was just about to say, Clearview towards the bottom of their lineup, obviously. Now they want to capitalize because if you get runners at first and second, you want to get at least a run across. So hit up the middle, now still alive for this Clearview lineup, and maybe we can get it done with Levinson at the plate.
Levinson with the bases juiced, 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. He's got a 1-0 count. And he takes a strike on the outside corner for strike 1. Now count is 1-1 to Levinson. Again, Julio Falcon on the mound for Washington Township.
The boat is loaded with Pioneers.
You got that right, partner. Again, he hits the outside corner for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
You didn't like that one?
Now to Joseph Levinson.
The boat is loaded with Pioneers?
Well, I didn't know Pioneers were in a boat.
Well, no, they're usually in a
frontier people.
Frontier. Well, can't you be a Pioneer?
I don't think there's any water where the Pioneers hang out.
Yeah, I'm going to look that up.
I'm going to let you two have your moment. I'm staying out of this one. However, Levinson strikes out. Falcone gets himself out of trouble here in the second. We're going to go to the top of 3, and after 2, the score is Washington Township 2, Clearview nothing. Okay, welcome back to Mainland Regional High School. We're in the top of the third here between the Minutemen of Washington Township and the Pioneers of Clearview. Leading off the top of the third for Washington Township is center fielder John Striano.
Yeah, and again, what a wonderful event this has been at the Coaches versus Cancer Classic. And the way the season's been compressed is leading right into, as this one will close itself out, another one takes the stage next weekend, and we're now joined in the booth by Gloucester Catholic assistant coach. I think he's the administrator now for District 15 Little League, and he's the South Jersey Baseball Coaches Association president, Mr. Bill Gore. I don't have you have time for anything, buddy.
Mr. Do-It-All.
I hear you. I don't know how I have the time either.
Do you have the time to sleep? Nope.
Barely.
All right.
Okay, so let's get this in real quick. Striano at the plate for Washington Township now has a 1-2 count. Costa on the mound. Gets him on the inside corner, swing and a miss by Striano. That's out number one here in the top of the third.
So, Bill, you can appreciate the fact that these guys had to move heaven and earth to get a couple games in today. That's got to strike a little bit of fear in your heart for next weekend.
Yeah, just a little bit. I've been looking at the weather, too, and for a couple days early this week I was having a panic attack, but this morning I looked and felt a lot better. So
Jim Holman at the plate for Washington Township takes strike one on the outside corner. That time ball one low, count to Holman is 1-1. Holman, it's a line drive up the middle for a single.
Rip that one.
Yes, he did.
So, Bill, for those watching aren't familiar with your new event, but one for a great cause, tell them a little bit about the Thank You Classic for next weekend.
Yeah, so next weekend we're going to have 3 days worth of games similar to this event. We're going to be at 7 different sites, I believe. 56 teams participating.
Wow.
Stretching from as far north as St. Mary's, Rutherford, down to Middle Township. We'll have games at Mid-Atlantic Athletic Center in Mickleton. Obviously, with my connection with Gloucester Catholic, we're having a lot of games at Joe Barth Field in Brooklawn. And, of course, you guys are more than aware of the amount of games over at Walton Nagorski Field, to some people, the old Bonaire Field.
Okay, let's get this in real quick. Mark Colligan at the plate for Washington Township. Fouls the ball back into the screen. It's a 1-1 count with one out here in the top of the third.
And the Thank You Classic has
some meaning.
It does have some meaning, right? So talk a bit about that.
Has some meaning. So, obviously, with everything that's going on in the last, 14 months, whatever, first responders, very important people in the world normally anyway, but, especially now. So, basically the goal of our event next weekend is to honor and recognize people who are, first responders, whether you consider, police officers, EMTs, doctors, anybody. But also, with it being a school event and everything like that, we're going to have every school honor a staff member from their school, with all the online learning, hybrid, cohorts, all that good stuff. The amount of craziness is, second to none right now, and you just have to give them a lot of respect for everything they've done. I just know, speaking on behalf of the school I work at, I know the person being honored from my school at West Effort, a guy named Ray Kirshner, has a program that he's been doing for quite some time, actually, because I'm actually a student from there, and he has a video tech program where he's been live streaming actually before everything happened last year. He's actually built it to a point where he's live streaming every single event at that school, whether it's inside, outside, at the pool, at the bowling alley. He's got just about every single event covered. So, that's just one of many stories of what's going to happen next weekend, which is pretty cool. and I really look forward to some different events and things like that. I know several of the sites that we're going to have are going to have pretty big opening ceremonies, which is kind of cool, and I'm looking forward to it. I don't know how I'm going to sleep next week, but it is what it is.
That's it. But what a great cause, and what a good job. I know you guys will do with that tournament next weekend for sure. Let's just get caught up real quick. Colligan lined out the shortstop for the second out of the inning, and now batting for Washington Township is Dylan Sharkey, who strikes out for the third out of the inning. And you guys mind if we keep it here? Because let's get some of the anticipated matchups for next weekend, Coach.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What are some of the anticipated matchups that we're all going to enjoy next weekend?
I mean,
there's so many, right?
Yeah, there's so many. I mean, we might as well hit the bullseye one that you guys are going to get to see next weekend on Saturday at 4:00. Bishop Eustace is going to take on Don Bosco Prep, which I'm guessing you guys both saw both teams this weekend. So, anticipation of that game alone is second to none.
That certainly will be a good one for sure.
Another game that's going to take place on Sunday at Mid-Atlantic is Jackson Memorial is going to take on Kingsway. That game, sarcastically, I was talking to TJ yesterday, and we were doing the over-under of about 30 runs. So, we'll see. And then, I mean, people are talking about our game next Saturday. We take on Ocean City. We'll see how we bounce back after today. I mean, we're really looking forward to that game and the challenge of seeing that pitching staff. So,
okay, so we're going to go to the bottom of the third, and Clearview Pioneers go back to the top of the order with Anthony Charles, center fielder, now up. Again, Julio Falcon on the mound for the Minutemen. Comes from the windup, comes home, foul ball straight back into the screen by Charles for strike one. 0-1 count to Charles.
So one other thing that we're doing a little different from here is we too are going to have, we're going to have 3 umpires. I didn't know they had 4 here, but we're having 3. We actually are spreading it out between 3 different associations, back up by us, and all 3 have been generous enough to give us a 3rd umpire at their expense. So we're really looking forward to that, and we appreciate, John Galante's one specific, who he's going to be covering many, many games of ours. And then the new Unified Umpiring Association that happened now between the NJBUA and IUA, they too will be covering many of our games. So we definitely thank them for everything they're doing for us next weekend as well. But really looking forward to it.
Yeah, a lot of generosity with these umpires. I mean, the ones that are out here from the Atlantic County Umpire Association all weekend, donating time and their services. And then here, the charitable cause as well, all these guys. And too often, we all have our issues. I think at times umpires and like to kind of give a good ribbing and the like, but you really got to walk away and understand that these guys are just they're here for the love of the game and passionate for the people that are involved with it. So it's so great to hear them give back and tip of the cap to all them.
100%.
Well, partner, while Coach was talking to Doug, Reisel just made another unassisted put out at first.
Which is a second for Anthony Charles. Which was the second for Anthony Charles.
It was his second. Anthony Charles grounds out the first one down here in the bottom of the third. And if I'm not mistaken, between 2 fly balls and 2 ground balls, it's 4 unassisted plays by Reisel. This is a fly ball out to the right fielder. Adam McAvoy flies out to
Riley Perez.
Very good. So we have 2 down here in the bottom of the third, and that will bring to the plate Cole Fowler for Clearview.
Yeah, and you can actually hear Coach Derek Reagan kind of pleading with his batters to see some more pitches. Although, you look in the township dugout, and the coaches look to be pretty happy with the way things are going.
Yeah, quick at-bats. pitch count certainly not climbing here in this inning for Falcon.
Fowler flew. Well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
However, that's ball 1 to Fowler.
There you go. So Fowler flew out the center field last time up, the first.
Ball 2 to Fowler, 2-0 count here with 2 outs in the bottom of the third.
So with the festivities, Coach, going to have some opportunities, going to have concessions and food trucks and things rolling?
Concessions for sure. I mean, I don't know what Coach Scanzano's having over there. I know he's known for bringing some food trucks and things like that over there, so we'll see what happens over there. But I know at Brooklyn, everybody knows about the world-famous hot dogs there, so we'll see.
Okay, so Cole Fowler flies out to left fielder Dylan Sharkey. That ends the bottom of the third. Again, after 3, score is Washington Township 2, Clearview nothing. Coming to the plate in the top of the 4th for Washington Township will be Wrestle, Matt Perez, and corner.
Yeah, I'm good. All right. So here, real quick. All right, and so as we get prepared for the 4th, we want to thank Coach Bill Gore. Coach, wish you guys nothing but the best luck. Looking forward to being a part of the Thank You Classic next week.
Appreciate it, man. I'll see you guys next weekend for sure.
And on Twitter, it's you got a Twitter handle for that, at Thank You Classic?
Yes. Yes.
All right, so be sure to check that out, at Thank You Classic, all one word. But for now, it's another weekend of baseball we're going to look forward to in South Jersey. Thanks so much.
Can't wait, man. See you guys next weekend.
All
Coach,
right.
great job. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Okay, as the throw goes down to second, we're about to get underway here in the top of the 4th. Leading off the top of the 4th for Washington Township will be Dan Russell, followed by Matt Perez and Matt Corner. Costa's still on the mound.
This is Mr. Unassisted.
It is. It is. Strike 1. Little rumbles come from the Washington Township dugout on that call.
Yeah, he might not have squeezed. The catcher, McAvoy, might not have squeezed it, but it was definitely a strike.
Yeah, I think he went there. He definitely crossed the plate there. So now to count the Russell's 0-2.
Yeah, that pitch hit the outside corner, Stevie. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Oh, nice pitch.
Yeah, and Costa again with a ton of off-speed stuff, good off-speed stuff, able to get him. Striking out Reisel for the first out of the 4th, and shortstop Matt Perez now batting for Washington Township.
Yeah, Perez last time up in the second inning had a sacrifice bunt, bunted over Reisel, who walked last inning, actually 2 innings ago.
That call at the knees, both pitchers have been getting from home plate umpire. That's a ball right at the knees for strike 1.
And if he's calling him and he's consistent, we'll take it.
Then it's a strike. Strike 2 again, a straight fastball. So many off-speed pitches. Washington Township stepped into the plate looking for it. Costa was able to get 2 straight fastballs by Perez.
Yeah, Costa grooving right now.
There's an off-speed pitch, low and outside. Ball actually bounces. 1-2 count now to shortstop Matt Perez.
Coach Tom Ryder doesn't like to hear wasted pitches. That was a good waste pitch right there by Costa.
Yeah, just a little show-me pitch, something that looks like it's on the outside edge, but. And this time Perez fouls a ball off down the first baseline. One-two count, and again a check swing foul ball down the first baseline.
One of those excuse me check swings.
Yeah, count stays at 1-2. You know, somebody once told me, you set a hitter up with strikes and you get him out with balls.
It's true. That's 100% true.
You set them up with strikes, paint corner, and then you get them out with something off speed that they chase into the dirt or something like that. And another check swing foul ball by Perez, which had his coach jumping.
Coach for the Minutemen just blessed himself. I think
he ended up on top of the dugout that time.
Try to get Perez on that high fastball. Perez checks the swing just in time.
Ball high, 2-2 count. With one down here in the top of the 4th. This time a shot's hit to the right field. It's going to fall for a base hit from Matt Perez. He's now on first with a single to right, which will bring to the plate second baseman Matt Corner.
Yeah, Matt Corner was the guy who attempted the bunt and had to avoid the ball hitting him possibly in the face, but still got the bat on the ball. He actually protected himself.
I'll tell you what, God bless him that he could too.
Yeah,
Thank God, because
amen.
that could have been really bad. He takes strike one here from Julian Costa.
Costa's dealing, man.
Yeah, he's in a groove right now for sure. He's throwing a ton of strikes. Has the Washington Township hitters a little bit off guard, a little bit off balance. He'll come from the stretch and go back to first this time. However, Perez is safe there. 0-1 count here to Corner with one down in the top of the fourth. Costa again working from the stretch with Perez on first. This time he comes home, and it's high and outside for ball one. 1-1 count. Costa set and decides to go to first, and the runner's safe there. Although that was a close play, and the bench Washington Township coach is yelling to the runner, "Get down, get down." He tried to go in standing up, and he almost got caught up. He almost got ground ball to first.
And
this time it's the first baseman, Corey Lyle, for Clearview, who gets a 3 unassisted put out.
Wow.
a lot of unassisted plays down at first base, Stevie.
Yeah.
Can only hope to contain them.
Okay,
That's the first, actually, for Clearview. First unassisted first.
It is the first one for them. So there's 2 outs here now in the top of the fourth, and the Minutemen of Washington Township will go back to the top of the order with right fielder Riley Perez.
Perez walked last time up and reached on an error at shortstop in the first.
Matt Perez now at second with the unassisted put out at first. 2 down, 2 gone here in the fourth. Costa comes home, ball's in the dirt, gets away from the catcher. He tries to throw to third and throws it into left field, and Matt Perez will now come home and score on the throwing error by Clearview catcher Adam McAvoy.
Yeah, that might have been an ill-advised throw by McAvoy, especially as far as that ball got away from him. Drawing a blank, it was Perez.
Matt Perez.
Yeah, Matt Perez that basically had the base stolen.
Yes, he did. And
Basically had the base stolen. He didn't have to make that throw, and he did.
The ball got away from McAvoy enough to where he should have just put that one in his pocket probably.
Yep.
And, hey, patience perseveres right there for Washington Township. 2-1 count right here now to Riley Perez.
Yeah, and Coach Derek Reagan giving him a bit of counsel on that one. I leaned up in the fence and said, hey, listen, take it easy, settle it down. We got 2 outs here. Let's get out of this inning.
And that's ball 4. Riley Perez now will go to first with his walk. Which will bring to the plate for the Minutemen third baseman Chris Toth.
Toth was one of the it was actually a 1-3 retiree last time, pitcher to first base, and then struck out looking in the first.
I'll tell you what, though, he's a young man who does get his cuts in at the plate. If you remember, he fouled about 4 balls on some healthy cuts. He didn't get cheated back into the screen here in front of us, and he gets his cuts up there, that's for sure.
I'm sure he'll get his cuts this at bat as well. Runner at first base, and 2 outs.
Clearview coach meets catcher Adam McAvoy out at the mound. Try to settle down Julian Costa here, although Costa was grooving up until Matt Perez reached base. Works from the stretch, he comes home, and it's strike 1 at the knees to Chris Toth. And again, there's that pitch at the knees, umpire staying consistent. A lot of rumbles about that might be low, but he's been consistent with that strike call.
Yeah, and it's funny, Costa's given up 3 runs, but it doesn't ever seem like he's in trouble.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's in command of his pitches. He's not really getting beat around. And
again, that goes back to the comment I made earlier with patience is, perseverance has been. Count now 1-2 to Toth. as he looks at a ball outside from Costa. 2 outs here in the 4th. Minutemen with Riley Perez at first, and he takes off. Throw down to second is not in time, and Riley Perez is safe at second with a stolen base.
Yeah, Riley Perez stole that on the pitcher, I would say pretty much. My McAvoy did a great job of getting the ball there on the spot. One hopped it, and Perez steals second.
Yeah, that was a good throw. Runner just slid in head first just in time to beat that throw. Costa working from the stretch comes home, and a foul tip by Toth back into the screen.
Here comes Toth fouling his balls off there, right?
There
Fouling
it
the
is.
pitches off.
That's, again, another one of those cuts where he's not getting cheated. So Perez is on second for the Minutemen. Costa on the mound working to Toth, and he gets him with a curveball. Good off-speed stuff. The off-speed stuff from Costa's been good all day, and he's able to strike out Toth right there. So we're going to go to the bottom of the 4th. Our score after 3.5 is Washington Township 2, Clearview nothing. Welcome back to Mainland Regional High School in the Coaches versus Cancer Tournament. And if I went to break saying that the score was 2-0, I apologize. It's actually 3-0 Washington Township with Matt Perez scoring there.
Steve Westcott hanging out at Charlie's Bar since 1944 earlier this afternoon.
I've been there, but it wasn't today.
Because maybe just, losing a little track of time, little track of what's going on.
Hey, it's all
some good beverages and certainly some phenomenal wings.
Clear beverage right
sometimes
here.
Sometimes you need to go down there and have a couple
Poland
drinks.
Springs beverage.
Probably better off.
Okay, so Falcon on the mound for Washington Township, and he's now pitching to Julian Costa, the pitcher for Clearview.
Costa last time up hit a laser to center field.
2-0 count now to Costa with that pitch from Falcon being up high. Again, Clearview looking to cut into a 3-0 lead here by the Minutemen. Falcon from the windup comes home and high and inside. 3-0 count now to Costa. Ball 4 to Costa. He takes first base on a walk. And that will bring to the plate third baseman Jared McKinney.
Kitty looks like he fouled out to first base last time up. So he's 0 for 1. Is that what you have, Stevie? What did McKinney do?
3 unassisted.
3 unassisted, first base. That's exactly what I have. Okay.
3 unassisted.
Sometimes I can't read my own writing, Stevie.
That's okay. That's all good. Mazzagotti pinch running at first now for Costa.
That's the second time he's come in for him.
Correct. And McKinney takes strike 1 on the outside corner from Falcon. Count 0-1.
See if Mazzagotti tries to steal this time. He didn't try last time, but Clearview's got to start getting something going.
Yep. Falcon throws over the first, unable to get the runner Mazzagotti.
I would think the coach would want to put somebody in there, not just to run for the pitcher, but somebody who can make something happen on the base paths.
Yeah, I would agree with you here. We'll see if he takes off. However, he's not going to get the chance to right here. Ground ball to shortstop, to second for 1, to first in time, double play.
Nice job.
6-4-3 double play for Washington Township.
It's Falcon on that last one, pumped up.
Yeah,
the old fist pump as he watches his defense behind him. Execute that double play. Nice job by
As he
The
should
Minutemen.
be. Matt Perez to Matt Corner to first baseman Dan Rissell. 2 outs now in the bottom of the 4th, and at the plate for Clearview is first baseman Corey Lyle. 3-0 Minutemen.
Lyle walked last time up, was stranded at second base.
Ball high, 2-0 now to Lyle. Falcon working from the stretch. 2-0 count. Comes home, throws a strike on the inside corner, paints the inside corner for strike one. Count is now 2-1 to Lyle.
So the Pioneers try to get something here with 2 outs down. Trying to get something going.
Yep.
Trying to get a crooked number, as you like to say, on the board.
That's my line. Let's throw some crooked, let's create some chaos and throw some crooked numbers up here.
There you go.
3-1 now to count to Lyle.
Nice pitch.
Strike 2, outside half. Falcon does a nice job going high, low, middle, out, in, out. He does a nice job. He doesn't have overpowering stuff, but it looks like he knows how to pitch, and he uses different spots of the plate real well.
I'm going to bring his name up again, Mr. Greg Maddox.
That's it.
He did that. He didn't overpower you. Oh, big strikeout.
Yeah, Falcon able to deliver the off-speed stuff in at his feet, and Lyle went for it. And that's 3 outs. We're going to go to the top of 5 with your score, 3-0 Minutemen. Okay, welcome back to Mainland Regional High School. We are going to the top of the 5th. Coming to the plate for Washington Township Minutemen in the top of the 5th will be John Striano, Jim Holman, and Mark Colligan. Striano steps in and faces Costa. Pulls a ball foul down the right field line for strike 1.
Striano lined out to short first time up and struck out in the 3rd.
Costa works from the
Did he
windup
go?
and comes home, and the umpire says, yes, he
He
did.
did. I agree with that call.
Count now
did offer.
0-2 to Striano.
Home plate umpire did not hesitate to make that call.
And I agree with you. I think it was a good one.
Oh,
Yeah.
nasty.
Really nice off-speed pitch
Costa,
right there.
I'm telling you, how was this guy losing?
I get it. And I'll tell you what, we've complimented him so much on how he has a heavy dose of off-speed stuff. And he got Striano looking right there on a really nice off-speed pitch for out number 1 here in the top of the 5th, which will bring to the plate for the Minutemen, Jim Holman.
Ball's hit fairly deep to center, but right at the center fielder.
And that will be out number 2 on an F8 to Charles. Out number 2, and now coming to the plate for Washington Township will be catcher Mark Colligan.
Colligan has an RBI single in the 1st and lined out to short in the 3rd.
Takes ball 1 on a low pitch from Costa. Colligan hits a ground ball, fielded by first baseman. Can Costa get there in time?
Oh, look at Costa.
And he does, and there's a collision between the runner and Costa, the pitcher. The play is called out, and Clearview will get out of the top half of the 3rd.
Great sportsmanship by Casa that helps pick up the runner. Got down. I mean, talk about fielding his position. He's a big guy. Great job.
Yeah, well done. And that's gonna take us to the bottom of the 5th with the score 3-0 Minutemen. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Mainland Regional High School for the Coaches versus Cancer, and I understand that my partner Al Fisher needs to be heard from.
Oh, I don't need to be heard from. I just thought that we were going back in a DeLorean, man, because you said we were in the 3rd inning. We going backwards?
Well, he was
We're
hoping
going back in time.
He was hoping we could. So if you hadn't had a chance yet, you can actually jump on Venmo and donate to the cause. So there at Venmo at Mainland Baseball CVC, go on, make a donation, contribute, and be a part of this fantastic, phenomenal event as our tent decides to blow away like it's
bungeed down. It's bungeed down. I think we're going to be okay, but we went back in time to tell them again about Venmo, Mainland Baseball, CVC, CVC.
As much as time as we could give people to donate to a great cause and what's a wonderful weekend here at Mainland Regional, let's do it, right?
That's right, brother.
Okay, so we are in the bottom of the 5th. Clearview down 3-0 to Washington Township, and in the bottom of the 5th, left fielder Michael Flax will lead off for the Pioneers.
So wind picks up here at Mainland. Pretty stiff.
Falcon comes home and throws a fastball for strike 1 to Flax.
Flax struck out looking his only time up. Falcon pitching pretty well in his own right.
Yes, he is. He's in a groove right now, too, as he paints the outside corner there for strike 2 to Flax.
Again, the reason why I say this is only the second time Flax is seeing the pitcher, and we're in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Yeah, he's getting out. His pinch count is low. Fouled back into the screen in front of us. Count remains 0-2.
Coach Bob Kelly got to be really proud of the Minutemen here as they bounce back after a bit of a setback the other day, but ready to rock and roll. 3-0 lead here as the pitcher continues to do some good work.
I'll tell you what, it's interesting. With no one on base, Falcon were working from the stretch, not the windup, and Flax hits a single to left field.
Hit that one hard to left.
Yes, he
nice
did.
Line drive.
Yes, he did.
A nice base knock from Flax, seeing if he can be a spark for the Pioneers and rally them here in the 5th. Just a couple opportunities to get back here with the bats.
So Flax is on first with no one out here in the bottom of the 5th. I'm sorry, one out here in the bottom of the 5th. Luca Marinucci up the bat for Clearview.
You said Sparks. Speaking of Sparks, we want to thank Calvi Electric Company for their support. The Coaches versus Cancer, the 9th annual Coaches versus Cancer.
Yeah, Mike Brestel and his crew.
Marinucci takes ball 1 high from Falcon.
Also want to thank Concannon and Charles Law Firm. www.davidconcannon.com.
Have you ever needed a lawyer?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, hopefully, I'll have to worry about like a divorce attorney or anything anytime soon.
Oh, we'll have to ask the statistician intern over here, Missy Stasic. Missy, is he going to need an attorney anytime soon? She doesn't want to answer. She's looking the other way as if I'm not talking to her, which seems like when I'm at home.
Falcon throws ball 1 to Marinucci. I'm staying away from this before she gets serious.
Oh, I went off the catcher's mask. And
well, if you were to ask her, sometimes she would think that I love the game of baseball, perhaps a bit too much.
She's here with you.
This is true.
So she loves you just as much.
I'm thankful that she is here with me.
I don't know why.
Not many wives would be crazy enough with their kids in college age that they hang out with their husband at baseball games every weekend of their life.
So we have an 0-1 count to Marinucci with Flax on first. Nobody out here in the bottom of the fifth. 1-1 count. Falcon comes home, and it's now 2-1.
Okay.
And it looks like the scoreboard just got adjusted. They have the count as 2-2. But I believe ours may be right at 2-1. But either
I think
way.
you're right. We'll see if the umpire flashes it up again. Maybe he'll help us out back here and help us out with the count.
2-2 through the screen over there.
Yep. Marinucci takes off, throw down the second. Not in time. Marinucci steals a base. Now it's second.
I think it was Michael Flax.
Michael Flax.
That stole
I
the base.
apologize, Flax.
That's all right.
I do hear, Al, you can't steal first. Have they changed that rule yet?
No, you can steal first.
You can?
Yeah, you still can.
Oh.
Unfortunately.
Like, what? Like, is it a criminal thing? Like, you'd have to physically steal the base and, like, put it in your trunk? Is that considered stealing first? I didn't know that.
I didn't say steal first. I just got the name wrong.
Well,
don't worry about it.
He was
Don't take
at
it literally,
home.
please.
He was
you gotta
at
come
home.
back. You got to come back with something at him.
No, I'm not doing that.
That's what
I'm
you got to do. No, you have to.
Flax is at second. Marinucci's now at first, bringing to the plate right fielder Joseph Levinson.
and he didn't even have to steal first to get there.
He is unbelievable. You can tell it's a long weekend, right? This is game.
Can Levinson steal first with a base occupied?
I was just saying that, Stevie.
No, but you were talking about an attorney. Levinson's a good one out of Atlantic City.
Actually, I don't think Levinson. I think this is number 44 now in the hit for Levinson. If we had a roster, well, unfortunately.
It's Mazzagatti. He pinch
Oh, that's
ran
right.
for.
Okay. So he's coming in now. All right, Mazzagatti. Good
No-
call.
no props on that
Oh,
one?
I was just about to give you one.
There you
You didn't
go.
even give me a chance.
There you go. First and
There
second
he
here
is.
with nobody out.
Mazzagatti.
Mazzagatti looks to lay a bunt down to move runners.
Put a little manicotti on it.
There's Shoddy.
So we have first and second for the Pioneers. Again, squaring the bunt.
Oh, takes it.
Decides to pull the bat back and take a pitch. However, the pitch is on the outside corner for strike two.
So Clearview, golden opportunity with no outs, runners at first and second.
This time fouled straight back at us into the screen.
Well, they're trying to gas up their offense. But, Stevie, for guys like you and I with the bald shaved heads, sometimes we don't really need a barbershop, but a real good one is the Gas Up Barbershop and Shave Company right here in Summers Point. GasUpBarbershop.com.
Do they cut elderly men's hair with thin hair, like I have?
They give you a discount.
Oh, do they? I am 55, going to be 56, so I
No, for just having very thin and
Oh, it's based on the thickness of your hair.
yeah,
I got you.
yeah,
Yeah,
it won't require much effort. So for Stevie and I, we go in there and we get buy one get 10 free.
Gotcha.
We don't need to use the AARP card that you're carrying around.
I don't need a card saying I'm old, just to show my license.
Swing and a miss.
Falcon comes home. Mazzagatti swings and misses for out number one here in the bottom
You
of
all
the
right?
fifth, and they're going back to the Clearview will now go back to the top of the order with center fielder Anthony Charles stepping to the plate.
That's Mr. Unassisted, by the way. He's grounded out to first base twice, unassisted.
I see that. Again, bottom of the fifth, 3-0 Washington Township. Clearview now has runners on first and second with one out.
Well,
Charles is tall.
if you guys have had a long week of work or maybe a even longer weekend here on the microphones, you can always dial up your friends at Harrison Beverage that distribute quite a few of your favorite adult libations.
Idol.
They delivered it at Charlie's, you mentioned earlier. I know.
Oh, you were there, weren't
I
you?
saw them in there.
Oh.
Not today.
So you were there today.
Not today. I
There
didn't
it
say
is.
today.
Our proud sponsors of Mainland Coaches versus Cancer.
Today's strictly a Poland Springs day. Count now 2-0 to Charles.
Nice. It's actually Crystal Geyser.
There you
Natural.
go. That too.
The Alpine Spring Water.
Okay. There it is.
What else? What else you want to say there, Mr. Stasic?
I'm
The man of many words.
just fishing for things to hit you guys with. But sometimes when I want some real fresh fish, I go over to Bob's Seafood Market in Northfield. So
we should take a ride
catch
down
of the
because I
day.
love seafood. I
Yeah.
love seafood.
Might stop there and take something home with me.
Scallops,
Cook it up real quick.
and garlic butter.
I'm not mad at
You
you.
sear them just right. That little golden brown look. Oh, baby. You kidding me?
I like what you're
I bet you
selling.
Bob's has them.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. That's ball 3 to Charles. The count is now 3-1 to him.
Probably the
from
best fresh scallops.
Falcon.
I'm sorry.
No,
I didn't
you're
know you
good.
weren't done.
You're good.
Probably the best fresh scallops this side of the Mississippi.
Their scallops are second to none,
They're-
just like the second to none baseball academy over there in Absecon.
Could you have teed it up any better for Mr. Stasic? That's beauty.
We have a golf tournament, anything to talk about? Because we just teed it up.
3-1 count.
Got the ball hit to the right side.
Charles hits a ground ball to second.
Nice play, fielder's choice.
Corner. Making the play, getting the
The first choice for getting your family's prescriptions filled right here in Linwood is the Bunting Family Pharmacy. Joe Bunting, also the president of the South Jersey South Shore Baseball League,
How about
which
that?
will be broadcasting 20 of their games this upcoming season, featuring all kinds of top high school and collegiate players from throughout the South Jersey area.
Is that just coincidental that his last name's Bunting and he's in baseball?
He was a heck of a player for Mainland.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really was.
Yeah. You didn't want to pick up and run with that? You're just going to take the high side on that one on me?
Yeah, no.
Bunting?
Yeah, I got you.
So he wasn't, but he probably was a power hitter then. So it's kind of more of a.
Yeah, he was more of a guy that he liked to live the wildlife, like over at Wildlife Clothing and Design Company. Because sometimes it's what I love doing, designing shirts and apparel.
Yeah.
Also another sponsor of Coaches vs. Cancer.
Okay, so let's recap what we have here. We have 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th for Clearview. Now batting is catcher Adam McAvoy. We have runners on 2nd and 3rd. Falcon on the hill, ready to deliver to McAvoy.
Way to reel us back in.
And that's ball 1 and an off-speed pitch in the dirt to McAvoy. 1-0 count.
So Flex just can't wait to get 90 more feet and put the Pioneers on the board. Gonna need some help here with 2 outs.
Single will probably score 2. It's Falcon.
Falcon from the stretch fakes a throw over to second.
It's funny. He's got the runner on second on his mind. So he doesn't want that run to score because really, that's the runner right there that can do damage. So
That pitch is inside,
But
for ball 2.
yeah, but too much secondary is here for the guy at second. You get a base hit. He's trying to limit the run scored. So good for him.
I agree. Trying to minimize that secondary lead on a base hit, as my partner just mentioned. 2-0 count to McAvoy. Falcon comes home, and it's ball 3. Again, Clearview trying to cut into that 3-0 lead by the Minutemen. Have 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th, and McAvoy at the plate.
Falcon could be getting a little bit into these innings now. Too many pitches and could be tiring a little bit.
Might need grab himself a Body Armor super drink when he hits the dugout.
Gain a
Next
little extra
frame.
energy. Yeah, sure.
It's a really good pitch right there. Strike 1,
I think-
3-1 count now to McAvoy.
I think Falcon deserves it, after the work he's done on the bump today.
Absolutely. He's done a nice job out there. Kept himself poised. Minimizing his pitch count, minimizing the number of hitters he's facing.
Hitters count for McAvoy.
Falcon comes home from the stretch, and it's outside ball 4. The bases are now loaded. Oh, no, I apologize. He caught that a strike. It's now a full count.
Always risky to toss that bat in that situation. Always risky.
The count is now full with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. McAvoy up at the plate. McAvoy calls time, steps out, and regroups.
All right.
The optometrist sponsors for today.
Falcon from the stretch. He comes home, and that's called outside, and now the bases are loaded. Just got a little ahead of ourselves there, partner.
Well, the bases are covered by the whole crew from the Atlantic County Umpires Association. There's one at each bag. We've got a group of 4 out there. I want to thank them for their in-kind services, donating and volunteering all of their time, free of charge. It's the Atlantic County Umpires Association, ACUA.
Okay, so number 6, Ethan Hahn, is going to run for McAvoy, who just walked and loaded the bases.
Look at the Pioneers dugout.
Batting for the Pioneers right now is shortstop Cole Fowler.
There is blood in the water. Is that Krish?
Fowler flied out the center and flying out the left. First 2 times up.
Yeah, he's in a really big spot right here. The Pioneers have the bases juiced with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Looking to answer back here on that 3-0 lead by the Minutemen.
You can't say it. You can say it over and over again, but this is a huge opportunity for Clearview Pioneers. Put some runs on the board. Yes, there's 2 outs, but let's make it happen right here.
Ground ball. First baseman.
Unassisted again.
Reisler, 3 unassisted, and that will end the Pioneers' threat in the 5th. We're going to go to the top of 6. Your score, Washington Township 3, the Pioneers of Clearview 0. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Mainland Regional High School in the Coaches versus Cancer Tournament. We're in the top of the 6th inning here. Washington Township Minutemen are up 3-0. Julian Costa's on the hill for the Clearview Pioneers, and leading off the top of the 6th is Dylan Sharkey. He'll be followed by Dan Russell and Matt Perez.
Yeah, that last half inning, that was a huge opportunity with the bases loaded for Clearview to put a dent in the scoreboard, and there's a shot to center field.
Yes, it is. Lined right to center fielder Anthony Charles for out number 1 in the 6th. Which will bring to the plate first baseman, who's had a hell of a day here today, especially in the field, Dan Russell. Did reach in the 2nd on a walk. Take strike 1 here from Costa.
Yeah, Clearview, man, that's going to be tough for them. Tough pill to swallow, leave the bases loaded like that, but hopefully another opportunity for them coming up in this next frame.
Yeah, meted the order up for him right there with the bases juiced, and just unable to cut into that 3-0 lead.
All the credit to Costa keeping this team in the baseball game.
He really is.
There's opportunities that are out when they're playing offensively on the field, but defensively, Costa's been holding it together.
He really is, and he strikes out Reisel there, which will bring to the plate shortstop Matt Perez. He singled his last time up and scored a run.
That's Costa's 7th strikeout so far.
And Matt Perez takes ball 1 from Costa. That pitch taken low by Perez for ball 2. 2-0 count here to Matt Perez. 2 down in the top of the 6th. Costa delivers a strike on the outside corner right there, making the count 2-1.
Really love the way Costa pitches. Keeps the batters off balance. Changing eye level.
Again, paints the outside corner. He's found a really good groove there with the outside corner, painting it time and time again. Count now 2-2. And then he gets in with the off speed.
Wow. Good job by Costa.
Unreal.
Just dominating
Unreal.
here.
1-2-3 inning right there for Costa. That's what Clearview needed. We'll see if they can come in and chip away at a 3-0 lead by Washington Township.
I wanted the arcade customers to get the best possible deal, so I hired Sean Brady.
The MMA fighter?
That's the most I can give you for your trade. If I was crazy, I'll give you more, of course.
New 2021 Select models with 0% financing for 63 months, and you get RK coverage. That's ding, tire, wheel, and windshield repair. No charge.
At RK,
The customer is always right.
RK Subaru of Mainland.
Once again, welcome back to Mainland Regional High School in the Coaches versus Cancer Tournament. We're going to the bottom of the 6th. Leading off the bottom of the 6th for Clearview will be Julian Costa.
Yeah, Julian Costa doing a great job on the bump, actually doing it with the bat as well. And Costa has 3 1-2-3 innings in this game. He's pitched 6 innings, 3 1-2-3 innings. He's on the other end of the scoreboard. So.
Right, and Washington Township got to him in the first inning with 2 runs there. They scored 1 more in the 4th, and that's been it. Costa takes ball 1 high right here from Falcon.
So Costa is 1 for 1 with a walk in the 4th and a single in the 2nd.
Right.
Oh, just missed him.
Which again goes to your point of doing it on both sides of the game right here, at the plate and on the hill. 2-0 count now to Costa. Looking to try to get on base and get something started here in the bottom of the 6th for Clearview. Falcon hits the outside corner for strike 1.
Yeah, nice comeback pitch by Falcon to hit the outside corner. So I got a question for you. If Costa gets on base, who's running for him? It's not Mazzagatti this time.
Yeah, I don't think it can be. He's actually in the game now by pinch hitting in 2 innings ago. Ball 3 this time. Falcons pitch is low and outside. It counts now 3-1.
As long as Costa stays in the game, though, as a pitcher, they can run for him from a courtesy standpoint without taking him out.
And re-enter?
Yeah, you don't. It doesn't count as a re-enter.
But Mazzagatti's hit for Levinson, so he can't be Mazzagatti.
After Mazzagatti entered the game, Ethan Hahn pinch ran. Would it be him?
You can still get another courtesy runner.
Costa takes a called strike. The count's now full.
Yeah,
different courtesy.
That's what I meant. I meant you can't. Mazzagatti can't run for him anymore. It's the point I was trying to make. Maybe I didn't say it right.
Or
maybe you just weren't listening to me, which is probably typical.
Well, that's typical. There is action in the Clearview bullpen.
Not the bullpen?
Makeshift bullpen.
Makeshift bullpen. All right.
Costa steps back in after regrouping. The count is full with no one out here in the bottom of the 6th.
Breeze picks up a little bit. Getting a little bit chillier here, Stevie.
Yes, sir. Sun's going in, and Costa hits a shot to
Sky
center
high.
field.
Oh.
It is sky high, you're right. Center fielder settles under it and makes the play. John Striano coming up with the catch in deep center field.
Is action in the Clearview bullpen. Looks like Ethan Hahn getting loose.
And Ethan Hahn is the gentleman that I said I think pitch ran after Mazzagatti entered the game. But all that's for naught now with Costa unable to get on. We have 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th, and stepping to the plate is Jared McKinney, third baseman for Clearview.
Jared McKinney grounded into a 6-4-3 double play last time up and flew out to third base.
Takes a called strike from Falcon. Counts now 0-1.
Pioneers running out of outs as they have to get something together. Try to put a few hits, get some base runners on.
takes ball one right there with the pitch low and outside. 1-1 count. Again, with one out here in the bottom of the sixth, Clearview trying to get something going to cut into that 3-0 Minutemen lead.
That was a shot.
That is a shot, right? It falls into center field for a base hit for McKinney. And maybe, just maybe, that's what Clearview needed to get something started.
Let's see if they can put some hits together, get some runners together, as we got Corey Lyle coming up.
Lyle walked in the second, struck out in the fourth. He has McKinney on first for him here with only one out in the bottom of the sixth. Falcons still on the hill for the Minutemen. Lyle takes ball one low. One will count to Lyle. Throw over to first. Runner back safely.
Again, we've talked about Casa quite a bit, but tip of the cap to Falcone doing a great job on the bump for the Minutemen.
Yeah, and he's in the sixth, and you know, he's still in that third time through, which, you know, at the high school level is a really nice job. Lyle takes strike one. The count's now even at one. It was a little bit too low. Count now goes to 2-1 to first baseman Corey Lyle.
And if I recall correctly, I think I might have said Falcone could be tiring the last half inning. Well, she's coming right out and still doing a great job here in the sixth.
Yeah, no wasted energy on the mound for him.
No.
He's just real simple, real straightforward, picks his spots.
Oh, there goes the runner.
Runners.
And he is safe at
Runner
second base.
Safe at second. Jared McKinney steals second base. Pitch was low and outside to Lyle, making the count 2-2 to him. Now with a runner on second. One out here in the bottom of the sixth. And the 2-2 pitch is swung and missed on by Lyle. And he's able to get the first on the non-catch by the catcher.
And with that stolen base, actually, McKinney advances to third on the throw down to first.
Correct.
So runners at the corners.
Still only one out here. Now in the bottom of the sixth for Clearview. And Michael Flack steps back into the box.
Flack struck out, looking in the second, and lined out. Line drive single to left field in the fifth.
He's turning and looks like he wants to square, pulls the bat back and takes strike one. Again, first and third for Clearview. One out here in the bottom of the sixth. Washington Township's up 3-0.
For Flax to take that strike, obviously that was just a show.
Yeah.
I think he's swinging away. And again, he does not show punt.
Yeah, can't do so on that one. Ball's low and outside. The count to Flax is now 1-1. Falcon on the mound, working from the stretch, delivers home. And that hits the outside corner. According to home plate umpire, making the count 1-2. I'll tell you what, he's given both pitchers this afternoon the outside corner and the ball at the knee. He has.
He's been consistent.
Michael Flax takes ball two. Count now 2-2. He's up the bat here in the bottom of the sixth, again with runners on first and third for Clearview.
Yeah, if I'm Clearview here, I got to take the gamble. We're in the bottom of the sixth. Can't have runners at the corners and risk a double play ball here. You need one run, so this runner should already be at second base.
Yeah, he should be on the move, right?
Got to get aggressive here. I think
Maybe the Minutemen are thinking the same thing.
Yeah, I think Coach Kelly in that dugout is definitely concerned
Well,
that.
you know what else, too? I wonder, expecting an off-speed pitch with a 1-2 count, the pitch prior to this, if that wasn't the pitch to go on.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, obviously, if you have a runner at second base, it also takes away the chance of any fielder's choice. Oh, good layoff there.
Yeah.
Tough one.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he's trying to take advantage of that outside corner the best he can. Is Falcon right, Julio Falcon right there, and that one might have just was just a bit too far outside for the umpire to ring him, making the count full at 3-2 right now to Flax.
Big pitch here.
Yeah.
Big pitch here.
Township coaching staff trying to encourage him on.
Flax has got to be ready to hit.
And he pulls one down to third.
Oh, that's going to be trouble.
Down to third baseman. He misplays it. A run's home for Clearview, and they now have runners on first and second.
Uh-oh. Someone woke up the Pioneers.
Wow.
So McKinney scores. Lyle ends up at second and Flax at first with one out, and the score is now 3-1.
Yeah, that was a hard hit ball to third base, but Twelfth tried his best to gobble it up. There's definitely got to be an F5 there. E5, I should say.
So now the tying run at first base for Clearview.
Correct. And up to bat is second baseman Luca Marinucci.
Marinucci had a single in the second and walked in the fifth. Left stranded both times.
Falcon comes home and throws strike one. Again, only one out here in the bottom of the sixth. Clearview finally able to get on the board, making the score 3-1. And again, have runners on first and second. Falcon now dealing with Marinucci. Comes home, pitch gets away. Runner looks to advance and is safe at third. Ball gets away from him.
Wait.
Left fielder's going to come home,
Here
and he's not going to come home. He's safe at home. It's 3-2. And on the play, Flax ends up all the way at third.
Well, luckily there's no judging like it's a diving competition, because his effort to get into third base was something you usually only see at SeaWorld. He manages to get up, they collide, and he still scores. So you had it all. I mean, the Clearview football team would have been proud of that move.
Or the diving coach on the swim team.
And give Flax a lot of credit for actually advancing from first to third on that as well.
Absolutely. Straight hustle,
So,
saw the play,
tying
read the
run.
play.
Only
Tying
90
run is now at third. You're right, partner. Counts 1-1 to Marinucci. And as you stated, the tying run is at third base. Falcon from the stretch.
Oh, the squeeze.
Squeeze was on.
I'll tell you what, that's a really nice time to try that with only one out here. Maybe catch Washington Township hanging their heads after a tough play.
I like it. I like the call a lot.
Use old school, small school baseball, right?
Push that run across, baby.
However you can.
Sure, Billy Gore liked it too.
Billy Gore, he says, hit him, let him hit away.
He's up in the box, guys.
Yep. Falcon comes home. That pitch is low and outside, making the count now 2-2 to Luca Marinucci. Third baseman for Washington Township, Chris Toff, is in at third. With only one out, trying to cut down this tying run. Matter of fact, the entire infield's in.
I think they're going to make that play. See that ball ricocheted off the backstop and made its way out to second base.
There it is. And the entire infield for Washington Township is in. Again, trying to cut off that tying run. Count now 2-2 with one out here in the bottom of the sixth, and Marinucci at the plate for the Pioneers.
You can still think about that dropped third strike on Corey Lyle that they weren't able to execute on as well. That caused all that chaos.
Gets
Big
him on the
strikeout.
outside corner. That is a big out right there for Julio Falcon and the Minutemen.
Big time pitch. Keeping it nice and cool, ice in his veins, and not being fazed by the tying run. Standing there just 90 feet away at third.
Paints the outside corner and gets Marinucci swinging through it for the second out of the inning. And Falcon will now deal with Mazzagatti. Mazzagatti hits a fly ball to left field, and under it is Sharkey, and he gets the third out of the inning, and we're going to go to the seventh with the score. Washington Township 3, Clearview 2.
And we're back here at the Mainland Coaches versus Cancer Classic. You are looking at both dugouts as we head to the top of the 7th inning. Your Minutemen.
6 in the pitch in the DH spot in the 6 hole. DH still stays. Lyle stays. He's just a designated hitter.
All right, as Coach Reagan giving us some changes. Number 6 is in to pitch. But anyway, as I was saying before we got taken over in the booth there for a second, you're looking live the dugouts of the Mainland Coaches versus Cancer Classic as we head to the top of the 7th with the Minutemen coming to bat. But while we have a minute, I hope you take one to go over to Venmo and make a donation at Mainland Baseball-CVC. Right here, all proceeds benefit the American Cancer Society for such a wonderful cause. And for BFA Sports, Doug Stasic in the booth with my brother from another, Al Fisher and Steve Westcott.
Got a couple changes here for you, Doug. Batting for Matt Corner will be number 24, Jack Fitzpatrick. And on the hill now for Clearview is Ethan Hahn.
All right, so Hahn's getting loose, and he comes in here for a save opportunity, 4-3 lead, and it's time to buckle our seatbelts because this one just got interesting after the Pioneers battled back for 2 runs in the bottom of the last frame. And again, we are ready to go with the changes.
Is that a click it for ticket situation?
Yeah.
You said we had to buckle our seatbelts.
Yeah. Well, don't speed. I mean, just click it or ticket. And
Yeah, he didn't say you had to go over 55.
You had to go over 55.
Yeah, well.
Look. He went.
All right, so getting back to what I stated, Jack Fitzpatrick now stepping into the box for Washington Township here in the top of the 7th. They hold a 3-2 lead, and he'll be facing Ethan Hahn, who comes into the game for Julian Costa on the hill for Clearview. Ball 1 to Fitzpatrick.
So the new pitcher, Township's gotten into the bullpen and leading off in the situation, trying to give your guy, since you're only going to potentially face him for a frame, want to see what he has.
Yeah, taking a couple pitches here. He has a 2-0 count right now. And that strike from Hahn makes it 2-1.
Obviously, we don't have the liberty of knowing how many pitches Costa threw, but he was in command throughout the game, and you wonder if he could have came out for the 7th.
Yeah, he was a horse on the mound. He really did a nice job on the mound for Clearview, keeping them in this game, and they get 2 there in the 6th, and they're back in it. Hahn delivers a pitch. It's low and outside. That's ball 3, so the count now to Fitzpatrick is 3 balls and 1 strike. Hahn works from the windup and hits the outside corner, making the count full to Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, we had a real nice shot here of Hahn kind of recontrolling himself, gathering it, staying focused, battles back now to a full count. Good job controlling the breathing. Look at him.
Yep. And the full count pitch to Fitzpatrick. Calls time, steps out.
We have a moment. We can talk about the line on Costa. He pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 hits, had 6 strikeouts, and 3 walks to give up 3 runs in the Minutemen, and it was just the timing hitting. It was the timing hitting. It was the sacrifice bunting, the execution, the fundamentals that pushed those 3 runs across.
Ground ball to third. Third baseman picks it up, makes a good strong throw across the diamond to Costa, who's now at first. And I believe that was Jared McKinney to Julian Costa for the first out of the inning on Fitzpatrick. And they will now go, Washington Township will now go back to the top of the order in Riley Perez. One out here in the top of the 7th. Ball 1 to Perez. Washington Township looking to see if they can put an insurance run or 2 on the board.
They got to get a runner on first. They're going to do that. So maybe they can get it started with the top of the order with Riley Perez.
Can't get the first. Doug already stole first.
Well, he could always try to steal first. I don't know. I mean,
that's why he was looking for the attorney earlier. 1-1 count to Perez.
And the air freshening up here in Linwood.
Sun's going down.
We were playing almost in the dark last night.
Is that right?
Yeah.
1-1 count to Perez. Swings through the fastball by Hahn, and that's strike 2. 1-2 count now with 1 out here in the top of the 7th.
Real nice pitch by Hahn. Fastball, a little bit of tail on it in the outside corner. So he's ahead of the count. Where's he going to go here, Stevie? I have a feeling he's going to be a curveball in the dirt, maybe a fastball. Nope.
Yeah, it'll be something off speed. You set him up with strikes and get him out with balls. Let's see if that's what takes place.
Good pitch. Good pitch.
It was a good pitch. That call at the knee's been given all day. Unfortunately for Hahn, that was just a little bit lower than the knee, making the count 2-2 to Riley Perez. Working from the windup. Hahn comes home, and that's in the dirt. Count now full.
Yeah, Hahn doesn't want to get too cute with too many pitches here because he obviously doesn't want any Minutemen base runners to put any more pressure on himself. Get out of this inning, get to the bottom of the 7th, and let's try to put something together and win this ball game at the end.
I agree with you. Full count pitch to Perez. And that's a really good pitch. Umpire calls it a hair outside. Riley Perez walks and takes first base. So he's on first with 1 out here in the 7th. And Ethan Hahn will now pitch to third baseman Chris Toth.
And Toth struck out looking in the first inning, grounded out the first unassisted, and struck out in the 4th.
Oh, throw over to first. Runner gets back in time.
A little closer than it should have been.
It's a really good first move there by Ethan Hahn to throw to first. Really good job by Riley Perez getting back in time as well. Hahn from the stretch, comes home. Low and outside, ball 1.
Riley Perez being at the top of the order should typically have some speed. See if he tries to steal a base with a run up.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. Get that insurance run across any way you can, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hahn comes home, and the pitch is low for ball 2. 2-0 count right now for Chris Toth.
As we take a brief timeout, just a heads up that the South Jersey Baseball Coaches Association poll will actually be released midweek this week, probably Wednesday because of all the games and action that have happened this weekend. Want to give the coaches plenty of time to kind of compile all of their thoughts before they cast their votes, but just told by Bill Gore that will be released probably Wednesday or so of this week, right on our This Week in Baseball South Jersey Twitter feed. So be on the lookout.
Yeah, that'll be fun. 2-1 count now to Toth.
Hahn getting behind in the count. Good 2-0 pitch to get that strike.
Again, Hahn from the stretch. He comes home. Riley Perez goes. Costa catches it, throws the first. Hahn can't hold on to it, and Toth will be safe at first.
I don't know what happened down at second base.
Well, I don't
Because
think
he
he
didn't try to
realized that he missed the ball.
He had the runner at second being, that would be Riley Perez, which was standing there looking at Coach when the ball got by.
Well, there's some.
It might be the sun, too, because the sun is going right in their eyes, and he might not even know it got by him.
Well, Riley Perez takes off on the pitch, and Chris Toff hits a little dribbler, what would be in between the hole of first and second. Costa goes over and makes the play, and on the flip, Hahn can't hang on at first. However, the runner at second, Perez, never advanced. So now what you have is Washington Township with runners on first and second, with one out here in the top of the seventh. Clearview gathering at the hill to settle in and make sure that they understand what they want to do defensively here.
A little controversy over there on the first base side.
I was trying to lend an ear. Just think that, competitive spirit sometimes can grab the best of these young gentlemen. So I guess someone may have had an opinion about the last play. Just want to make sure everyone's on the same page.
Riley Perez with the lead at second, and the same for Toff at first. Hahn on the hill for Clearview. And he's pitching to John Striano, center fielder for Washington Township.
Striano lined out the shortstop in the first inning and struck out the last 2 times facing the Pioneer pitchers.
He takes ball 1 from Hahn right there, and it counts 1-0. Again, Washington Township up 3-2 here in the top of the 7th on Clearview. Count now evened up at 1-1 after Hahn paints the outside corner.
Hahn's going to really have to bear down to reduce any type of damage that the Minutemen can put on here. Hopefully get a ground ball out.
Yep.
Which is what he should be looking to do.
Fouled straight back at us. Gets us jumping here a little bit.
Testing our reflexes.
That's it. Count now 1-2 to Striano.
Get a view of the runners there, first and second.
Tell you what great pictures, what great work BFA Sports has done here over the weekend. We hope you've enjoyed it. Count now 1-2 to Striano. Hahn comes home and the ball's up high 2-2.
Give the Minutemen credit. They really put Hahn to work here, making him earn it.
Yeah,
he's keeping his cool.
Making him work hard, right? And you said that some grumblings coming from the dugout. They were swinging at quick pitches earlier, just an inning ago. Hahn from the stretch comes home with the count 2-2. Ball high and outside, count now full with 1 out here in the top of the 7th for the Minutemen.
Do you have anybody in the pen for the Pioneers? I guess not. The pen's right here.
Nobody's getting loose.
Okay.
Yeah, this is Hahn's to settle here, it looks like. So you have Riley Perez at second, Toff at first, Striano up the bat. 1 out here in the 7th. Hahn comes home, and it's fouled straight back. Into the backstop and the fencing here. Good camera dugout right there.
Great mano-a-mano battle between Hahn and Striano at this point.
Yeah, pitcher versus hitter with a full count and 1 out in the 7th. This is what it's all about.
Indeed it is. This is something that Hahn needs to get out of this inning unscathed.
Any out here is a big out for Clearview. However, they'd like to get the lead one. And Washington Township, Striano now walks, and that loads the bases.
Boy, oh boy, this is tough.
Yeah, really tough spot here now for Clearview. But let's face it, as Doug just stated, what a really good job Washington Township's doing at the plate, making Hahn work for everything. And now they got him in a tough spot with the bases loaded here in the 7th.
And you're actually you're facing the 4 position. So usually with power, you want to talk about pitching to contact, but in this situation, you're kind of a little bit worried with a 4 hitter pitching to contact with a man this size. And who was it again?
Jim Hallman.
Jim Hallman. I did that on purpose, Stevie.
I know, I got you. And I laughed and chuckled when you set me up, like when you teed it up for me like that. So Holman stands in with the bases loaded.
Yeah, Holman had a triple, single, so he's actually 2 for 3 as he flew out the center in the 5th.
Having a nice day at the plate. That ball's high and in for ball 1. Hahn takes a deep breather. Works from the stretch, comes home. And that's a shot down the left field line, but it's hooking foul.
Boy, he got around on that one.
He certainly
a little early. Had he not got around so early, that ball could have been long gone as he jumped on that one.
He certainly didn't get cheated on that one, did Mr. Holman. So the count's 1-1 with 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Washington Township looking to put some insurance runs on the board. They have them loaded. Really good off-speed pitch. Little 12 to 6 breaking ball for strike 2. Yeah, counts now 1-2 to Holman.
Some quick action in the Pioneers bullpen is looks like Sorry getting loose.
It's okay. So
you don't have to be sorry.
That's exacthy where I was going. That's
runners in
okay. The subtleties that I throw out there.
Runners in at the corners and midway up the middle. In case they get a ground ball, they could possibly turn 2 with up the middle.
So that was a great pitch because Holman had gotten around, obviously, on the fastball. He throws him a breaking ball and freezes him.
It was a
to go down
12-6 curveball.
Yeah.
He called a balk.
Oh, no.
Oh, Lord, this is going to draw.
Oh, boy.
This is going to draw a debate.
Yep.
Oh, boy.
And there's 1 insurance run. That'll make the score 4-2 on a balk call.
Oh, man.
He's saying that he went to his lips and didn't dry his
So Riley Perez scores, Chris Toff goes to 3rd, and Striano to 2nd. First base is now open.
Well, this is gonna force the Pioneers to try to make a play at the plate.
Man, that's tough.
Hans on the hill with a 1-2 count to Holman. Comes home on an off-speed pitch, and Holman pulls a hard foul once again down the third baseline.
Yeah, he was way in front of that last pitch.
Yeah, so that balk was called because sometimes you'll see these pitchers want to lick their fingers, kind of get a grip a little bit. Well, the rule of thumb is if you do that, you have to at least rub your pants, and you're saying that Han didn't do it. So they awarded the balk.
Yeah, that's bad timing on that one, shall we say. The score is now 4-2 Washington Township with Holman at the plate. Ball's high and in. Counts now 2-2. Two count with 1 out here in the 7th. Holman at the plate. Hahn works from the stretch and comes home. Up high again, 3-2, counts now full.
Appears that Hahn is overthrown at this point because he's losing a little bit of control.
Well, the Minutemen making them work, remarkably patient. They're not chasing, not trying to force themselves to swing at something that they can't drive, and got to give them credit.
Pitch count up in the 20s now for Hahn just in this one frame. The 3-2 pitch. And that's high, ball 4. Minutemen have him loaded again.
Yeah, it just seems to me that Hahn's overthrown at this point. Whoa, they must have gotten a runner. There was a man on third base. The runner at second forgot that there was a runner at third and automatically started making his move to third, and they must have tugged him out, and they did. They got him.
Oh, wow.
And who's going to try? Now, I don't know if coach is going to come out. Oh, boy. Wow. Well, I don't know if we caught that on camera, but
no, we did. It was just a wide-angle shot. But the interesting part was, as this was happening, the Clearview, the players were trying to call time.
Right.
and there was no time being called. So there was a level of frustration, but the fact of the matter is it ended up playing out in their favor.
And
because
the Clearview coach wanted the timeout
well, you can't
as well.
award. The umpire noticed it.
It's still live.
It's
still
still
live
live.
play.
Yeah,
You
there's
can't
somebody
issue a
in play.
timeout in the middle of a
call
play.
timeout. So great job there by the umpire. And there's some conversation as Hahn gets lifted here, and it is Sorry, the new pitcher who's out on the mound. But again, ACUA umpires donating their time, and in that spot they did it exactly.
They did. All the credit to them for doing it. Yep.
Yeah. Because, again, you can't reward a timeout in the middle of the play, and the play was still live.
Yeah, the runner at second base thought he was supposed to be advancing at third on the ball 4 and realized, wait a minute.
Correct.
I'm not supposed to go anywhere.
Okay, so the score does not change. It's still 4-2
Right.
Washington Township.
Right.
However, the situation on the base paths for Washington Township does, because now there's first and third. They're not loaded. And there's now 2 outs in the inning. And we have a new pitcher on the hill for Clearview.
Clearly, this one is still within reach.
Doug announced them earlier. It's Sorry.
Yep, Sorry is on the mound now for Clearview.
See Sorry.
Some good music actually playing. You might not be able to hear that over the air right now, but now would be a good time during a pitching warm up to maybe grab your phone and go over to Venmo. Think about making a quick donation, even just a couple bucks. It all helps at Mainland Baseball -CVC. Be a part of this fantastic fundraising event.
Yeah, and as Doug, you stated earlier, they really made Hahn work hard through a ton of pitches. That's 3 walks in the 7th for Hahn. However, Clearview may be able to get out of this with only giving up 1 if they can get the 3rd out right here. So you have Toff at 3rd with Holman at 1st, and coming to the plate is Mark Colligan, catcher for Washington Township. Sorry now on the hill for Clearview. 2 outs in the top of the 7th, 4-2 Washington Township. Sorry's first pitch is high for ball 1.
So number 25, Mark, trying to be the Culligan man and deliver here.
There it is.
For the Minutemen.
Oh, water treatment.
No.
Culligan, man?
Culligan delivers water.
Yeah, water. I thought it was,
They don't treat it. It's just
It was a water treatment.
It's water.
Culligan
Sure about that?
takes a called strike, making the count 1-1.
You're 100% sure?
No, but I know it's 100% pure.
It is.
Reaches for
Pure
a pitch
water.
on the outside edge, fouling it
Colligan
back
water.
into the backstop for a 1-2 count now. To Colligan.
Remember that commercial? Colligan, man.
I do.
You do?
I do.
I don't think they're a sponsor of this event. Maybe we should stop talking about them.
Maybe they will be a sponsor someday.
There's a line drive to left field over the head of the shortstop for Clearview, and Toff scores. An RBI single by Mark Colligan.
So that there was a McMahon Insurance Agency insurance run of the game, stretching the lead now to 3. And we're not far from Ocean City. And it looks as if Coach Kelly making some changes here for Washington Township. Got 21 pinch running for 17. And you have a courtesy runner for the catcher down at first.
Well, as I said, the Colligan man delivers, and he did.
He did.
An RBI single to left.
And I believe I just heard the umpire say via the Washington Township coaching staff that Colligan will re-enter when they come back out in the field for the bottom of the 7th. There's a ground ball to 3rd.
Oh. All right. Well, it gets a
little bit of an excitement
little
there.
testy over there at third base. Kind of a football 7-on-7 tag right there.
Sure.
So that's the 3rd out of the top of the 7th. Washington Township puts 2 insurance runs on the board, making the score 5-2. And we'll come back for the bottom of the 7th with the Clearview Pioneers coming to bat. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Mainland Regional High School and the Coaches versus Cancer Baseball Classic here at Mainland. We're in the bottom of the 7th with Washington Township up 5-2. Washington Township looking for 3 outs here to come out with a W. Clearview looking to chop into that lead and see if they can make this interesting here in the bottom of the 7th. The Clearview goes back to the top of the order, and leading off in the bottom of the 7th will be Anthony Charles.
Charles followed by Adam McAvoy and Cole Fowler.
Charles takes strike 1. And now ball 1. Count to Charles is 1-1.
Key to this half inning is to get your leadoff runner on base. Put the pressure on the Minutemen pitchers. Get him on. Try to create some chaos in the base paths and force some runs across the plate.
Charles, McAvoy, and Fowler, as you said, Charles is the top of the order. So, I mean, if you're a Clearview fan, this is exactly who you want up. Oh, ball just fouled down the third baseline, making the count 1-2 to Anthony Charles.
Want to put them in a position here, get 2 runners on with no outs. That's got to be the secret sauce. Coach Reagan was pleading with his guys a few innings ago to see a few more pitches here. And as long as Falcon's in the game, you have no idea what's coming in behind them. So you're trying to turn the tables here.
The 1-2 pitch to Charles is swung and missed on by Charles for strike 3. 1 down here in the bottom of the 7th.
Well, he might be frustrated, but that was a pitch that was just way too crazy to hit there.
Yeah,
dirty.
Pitcher's pitch.
Yep. Off-speed pitch ended up in the right-handed batter's box, and Charles couldn't help himself but go fishing. And as we said, that's out number 1 here in the 7th, bringing up catcher Adam McAvoy for Clearview.
McAvoy popped out to first base as he lifts one out.
That's a high fly ball. Center fielder settles under it, and Striano makes the catch for out number 2.
So one out left for the Pioneers as I almost fell backwards.
I would have given anything, actually, for that to happen.
That would have been classic. Imagine.
I would have turned the webcam on.
Was the center field camera on us, by the way? I was wondering if you could see that.
All cameras would have left the field and went immediately to the backstop.
But all serious now, Cole Fowler's the last at bat. He's got to get something started here.
2 down here in the 7th. That's ball 1 up high to Fowler.
McAvoy, was that the first or second pitch that he swung on and flew out the center? Should have it.
Might have been the first.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Yep.
I didn't have a tick mark. Okay.
Yep. I'll tell you what, though, give Washington Township a lot of credit in this game. They've played a solid baseball game, pretty much mistake-free the entire way. They got a really good outing from Falcon on the hill and looking to try to finish this off with 2 outs here now in the bottom of the 7th. And a 2-0 count right now, however, to Cole Fowler.
It hasn't been easy for Falcon. There's been situations where bases are loaded, men running in first and second. He's really bowed his way through those adversities.
Yeah, and his pitch count's up there. Now, the last inning hurt that pitch count a little bit when the pressure was put on him by Clearview. However, he only needs 1 more out, and he's going to get out of here with a complete game W. Count 3-0 to Fowler. Up a little bit high, and Fowler draws the walk.
And I would assume that's probably it for Falcon. Yep, it looks like he's making a change. And that is the case.
So there's 2 outs, and a guy on first in Fowler, and Julian Costa stepping into the box, who's had a good day at the plate today.
Yeah, big hug from the, I guess it would be
Coach Kelly.
Coach Kelly, yep.
And a well-deserved
you got that right.
Kudos there as he heads into the township dugout, and rightfully so. He might need a visit to the chiropractor. He has carried this team on his back today.
Yes, he has. And as we said, he was this one out away from a complete game W here. But greeted by his teammates, and as you said, Doug, well-deserved because he really did a nice job out here on the hill today.
Want to give an opportunity, take this opportunity to thank all of the media outlets who have covered this fine event. You know, Josh Friedman was on the air with us a bit on Friday night, and he was here again yet today. Saw Kevin Minnick, AC Press, Nicholas Huba, Mike McGarry. They've covered this event. Wonderful coverage. Obviously, Glory Days Magazine, one of our own now, Dave O'Sullivan. You can check him out at glorydaysonline.com for all your pictures. I saw Chris Sheff, who not only was supposed to be the starting pitcher for Absegami today, but he's taken well over 4,000 different pictures of this event as well. And again, would encourage everybody to go over to Venmo and, reach in, throw a couple bucks out at Mainland Baseball-CVC. All proceeds go to the American Cancer Society, and a very, very, very special thank you to Mike Edwards, who now this 9th year, the inspiration of his mother being lost in a battle with cancer, started this event when he was assistant over at Millville, coming over to Mainland, and now been able to continue it under the tutelage of head coach Billy Kern. What a phenomenal, phenomenal event, and we're just very happy and honored to be a part of it here at BFA.
Couldn't have said it better, partner.
All right, so trying to change up the strategy here, and we've been kind of waiting with bated breath to see what would happen if the Pioneers could get into the Minutemen bullpen, but they do so with only 1 out remaining here in regulation, if you want to call it that.
So there's a guy on first, a runner on first for Clearview. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Washington Township up 5-2, and Julian Costa stepping to the plate for the Pioneers.
Costa in his own right, one heck of a job, as Al had mentioned, from his own pitch that standpoint, and now it's his opportunity, lefty on lefty matchup, to try to ignite this Clearview offense.
Pitch to Costa, high and in, ball 1. And as my partner Al Fisher had mentioned earlier, Costa not only did a good job on the hill, but he has a single and a walk. He's been on base 2 times, partner.
Yep, and he bats out of the 4-hole, so obviously the young man can hit the baseball.
Absolutely. There's strike 1, and that evens the count at 1-1 for Costa.
Costa had a line drive single in the 2nd. He walked in the 4th and flew out to center in the 6th. Ooh, big cut.
High
some high
fastball.
cheese.
Costa liked it. Tried to get after and get on top of it. Fouled it straight back at us into the screen. Counts now 1-2.
Costa's got to remain patient here. He doesn't want to be the last out, obviously. He wants to try to help his team out in any way he can. He's got to find the right pitch to groove. And there was one right there.
Yep, the 1-2.
He just missed that one.
You're right. He just fouled it straight back, and the 1-2 pitch got fouled right back at us into the screen. The count remains 1-2 with 2 outs here in the 7th. The 1-2 pitch.
Oh, tough pitch.
It's a really good pitch.
Well, Township might not be happy about it, but that ball is away.
Man.
Yeah, it probably was away, but it was a really good look. It was a strike the entire way to the plate except just before it crossed it. That makes the count 2-2 to Costa here in the 7th.
There goes the runner. Fouls that one up.
Another off-speed pitch. He hits right straight back into the screen again. The runner will return to first.
Yeah, Fowler going on the pitch. On a full count pitch, obviously is the right pitch to go on in this scenario. I'm sure he'll be going again. He's not being held on at first.
2-2 count to Costa. And he hits a shot up the middle.
I have to get him at first.
Nice leather.
Oh, wow. What a great play
Yeah, that was a
by
great
Matt
play.
Corner.
That was a
Going
great
all
play.
the way to the
Corner to wrestle. He goes all the way up the middle, catches the ball almost behind the second base bag, knows he can't get the runner at second, and throws it across the diamond from back there to first in time to get Costa at first. And this game is over at this point with Washington Township on top of Clearview, winning the game 5-2.
Well, wow, oh wow. What a fantastic ending to what's been a phenomenal weekend. And I'm just happy that we were able to play a small part of it. So tremendous baseball. The fact that this event actually fell on the very first weekend of the 2021 season, I think is even better. Usually this event happens about a month after, but no, without further ado, or I guess without any kind of surprise, it looks like the player of the game selected was none other than Falcon, the pitcher.
Yep,
Yeah.
who absolutely deserved it. Pitched a hell of a game.
So winner of the Mike Track autograph baseball, which is in its own right. I mean, why not go out and throw
I would
6
love to have a
2/3
Mike Trout
innings?
baseball.
Just awesome.
Yeah, so well-deserved honor there. You can see Billy Kern, Falcon, and Mike Edwards shaking hands. And what a great way to put an end to this phenomenal 2021 Mainland Coaches versus Cancer event. And, guys, can't believe that we're back playing baseball.
Yeah,
Back at playing baseball, and what a fantastic way to open it. As you said, alluded to earlier, it's just a great baseball this weekend. Some exciting games, comebacks, like the Bridgeton game, and they were down, looked like they were out of it the first game that we did, and it just was fantastic all the way around.
Yeah, it was just a great event to be a part of, and from BFA, not only just from a BFA standpoint, but from a personal standpoint, good to be out here on the diamond with you guys and had a lot of fun doing it.
Well, thanks for being here, Stevie Westcott, and calling this last one. And one last ask for you at home. The one great thing about Venmo, it doesn't end right after this event, but it's open 24/7. Take a chance, even if you're watching this game on replay later on, especially the families here, Clearview, Washington Township, perhaps. Think about making that donation. Venmo at Mainland Baseball. It's right there at the bottom of your screen, -CVC. But we are on our way.
Yep, every dollar counts, guys.
All right.
And gals.
And gals, of course. All right, well, we really appreciate you all tuning in. But it looks like we got more baseball to broadcast coming up later on this week. We'll certainly see you at the Thank You Classic and maybe even before. But for now, I'm Doug Stasic.
I'm Al Fisher.
Take care, all. I'm Steve Westcott.
And we can't wait to see you play ball.